Like Shemadini. Muhammad died there over 2,000 years ago. So you want to kill somebody in Yoruba land, for example, because of Muhammad. Shemadini. You want to prove something to who? To Muhammad? Omar de Saudi. If that happened in Yoruba land, if your own Islam push you to that stage, we will encourage people. You don't understand.
Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share with your friends to have access to this kind of content that you have here. Don't forget to subscribe. I love and respect you. I'll be right back.
If your religion says you should kill somebody, then that your religion is not a religion. And I am not sorry to tell you that. Do you want me to repeat that? If you have a faith or any religion, whether you are a Muslim, or you are a Christian, or you are a Babalawo, or Mamalawo, or Hindu, or any other religion at all, if your faith says that you have to kill and attack people because they offend your faith, Baba, you don't get faith anywhere. You are a terrorist. And as for you, the Northerners, who are famous for threatening people because of your own kind of Islam, listen to me very well. You are going to be in for something very, very, very long. You know why? You are currently dealing with a generation. They call them Gen Z. Some of these old ideas, some of this old fear, they are no longer appealing to them. Of course, it may be a matter of time. But are you pretending that you are not noticing? You cannot continue to threaten everyone because of your religion. You are not the only Muslims alive in this world. And listen, of course, for now, you may currently be enjoying that in Nigeria. But trust me, the pushback that are coming, will run a lot of you out of town. And guess what? They are also part of what will eventually implode Nigeria. Your blasphemy law should at least cover corruption. And it should cover your criminal politicians. Show rage, anger. Tell them you want to be like Saudi Arabia. Force them to make you be like a UAE. So that you don't turn to sheikh that is willing to justify his faith and religion based on how many people he's been able to warn and punish and kill for Prophet Muhammad. There are other people worshiping Allah. There are others who also respect Muhammad. But if yours says you should kill somebody, trust me, those you are planning to kill, right? They will probably get overwhelmed. I mean, they will overwhelm you too very soon. And this old threat don't work anymore. They don't. And that is why a lot of people are actually throwing it back at you. If you haven't realized that yet, your jihad in northern Nigeria is being entertained and then sponsored by your terrorist leaders. It is not because Christians in northern Nigeria and other people who are not Muslims in northern Nigeria, not because they can't fight you, but it's going to get to a stage that you will realize that you have no monopoly for violence. No, you don't. You know, as they say, enjoy it while it lasts. And for those of you who be jihadist wannabes in Yoruba land, I have a word for you. Don't do it. That's more than a word. Okay. 3 words for you. Don't do it. There is nothing that angers the real Yorubas than anybody to try to push Yoruba culture, tradition, and religion to the back burner. Nothing angers. See, you will be surprised that your fellow Muslim brother that you will think will support you when you bring this strange Arabian ideology to Yoruba land, it will be the first person to hold you down for the rest of us to beat you up. Alone. You will never have that grace in Yoruba land. Of course, we know the threat. We know all of those you are paying. All kind of groups you are sponsoring. If you go to a part of Ibadan right now, they are convincing and converting some young people who have never actually done anything with their lives. I am talking about some of them still in school. They are now giving them money, telling them to start a growing beard, right? Reducing the size of their clothes, all right? Some of them who have no jobs, they are now encouraging them to go and marry 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives, right now in Ibadan or your state. So we have heard about you, we have heard about them, and of course, we will remind you that you are still in Yoruba land. Your Arabian idea, your jihadist idea, your violent Islam, it will never have a place in Yoruba land. And let me tell you something. If you want to start with Yoruba culture and tradition, it's been like that for a while, though. But you know what you met when that happened. Nothing unites the Yorubas than fighting to preserve our culture. From Ijebu, to Ondo, from Ondo back to Egba, from Egba to Oyo, and from Oyo to Ekiti, and to Osun, where you have Ile-Ife, the source. We will remind you, okay, that your Islam, your, your Muhammad and the rest, they are not more important or more powerful in any way or more relevant than the Yoruba culture and Yoruba tradition. We will remind you. We will not kind of let you import this alimajirism, although it's already been kind of imported through the politics and all that. But I can tell you this for free. Even the Yoruba politicians that are going to collect the money and promote this fanaticism, these ideas in Yoruba land, they will tell you, they will come back and tell you that, you know what, they will be the sacrifice. We will use them as sacrifice, or sacrificial lamb to our gods in Yoruba land. And guess those who are going to party there? Yoruba Muslims, Yoruba Christians, and Yorubas who don't have any religion at all. Because you cannot come for Yoruba tradition and culture and expect, whether violently, whether by trick, you can't come for something that has existed before your Arabian imported religion. No, you're not going to do that. And I have seen it already. A lot of us are smart enough, okay, to read the room. And in case if you don't know, okay, the Saraki family, Olushola Saraki, the father to Bukola Saraki, is dead. Bukola Saraki, the son to Olushola Saraki, his father became rich, very rich, by going to Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, this is kind of hard, Abi. Saraki family, their original name is not Saraki, and their original origin is not from Kwara. They are originally from Abeokuta in Ogun State. But when Olushola Saraki, the father to Bukola, became, when he was born, he saw something. I mean, he was born in Ilorin, so to say, yeah? He saw something, saw an opportunity. He was raised as a Muslim, right? And guess what? As a Muslim, he could use his Yoruba background in a way, right, to make some money, being a Muslim. So what did he do? From the time of Olushola Saraki, Saudi Arabia opened their first liaison officer in Nigeria, where the mission was to convert as many Yorubas to Muslim as possible through sponsoring of Islamic programs, schools, you know, and all that. So Saraki became so famous and very rich, doing that he even became a politician as well. Like I told you, religion, politics, politicians, policies, and the people. Now all in one. If you are smart enough, none of them has anything to do with God. So you are actually the pawn. They are actually trading. Olushola Saraki was collecting millions and millions of Saudi Arabia riyad when money was still very much valuable. Saraki will come to Nigeria, share some of this money to different mosques. And in fact, he will build mosques for them in Ilorin, Kwara, and outside Kwara. So when he became a politician, it was an easy win. He gave them food. He gave them money. So who are they going to vote for? Somebody who is doing good and giving them money? Saudi Arabia money. Saraki got elected as a lawmaker. In fact, he even became the leader of the National Assembly of Nigeria at a point. All of this running on the background of Islam and, being generous. You remember Arishekola in Ibadan? They were doing the similar thing. But the difference was that as Arishekola was collecting the money from the Arabian countries, promising them that they are spreading Islam in, and they actually did spread Islam. These two individuals, with the money they got from Saudi Arabia, God knows how many mosques they built in Yoruba land before they died. How many affairs? It got to a stage, so many of these mosques in Yoruba land, they would have to send affairs from Ilorin. These affairs will go from Ilorin, they will go to all these newly built mosques with Saudi Arabia money. A spread of Islam. None of this actually brought any sort of a development per se, but like I said, this is not an attack on your faith. If you see it as an attack on your faith anyway, I have no apology for you or nothing to say than to continue what I'm saying already. Now, you see this Sarakian gang, they never promoted anything development per se, human capital development. No. It's about alimajirism, handout, alimajirism, handout. That's what they promoted in Yoruba land. But yet, they still never succeeded in destroying Yoruba culture. They couldn't. You can't. So this same Saraki and their family and the rest of them, today they are now like, we don't know if they are Fulani or if they are Yoruba anymore. They've denied every route that actually linked them to Yoruba, and they would rather claim northern Nigeria when it's convenient for them politically. So it's not new that you are, if today you begin to see some other people that you are giving money to come and promote all this strange ideology, the one that will make Yorubas that are speaking Yoruba, to look at Yoruba culture and tradition and say they must be wiped out. We've done the damages already. So how far did that go with us? I mean, for us. Today, that same Nigeria, where you have all of this, they call them powerful mullah, powerful sheikh, powerful pastor, powerful bishop, rich and powerful billionaires, religious entrepreneurs, pastorpreneurs. We call them pastorpreneurs. You have them everywhere in a country that you have millions of people living in poverty, in fear, and the criminal politicians who are indeed the architect of all of this, they are sleeping and they are snoring because they have peace. Because the people are not complaining. Rather than them to complain, they are hoping on God. Inshallah, vibe, and inshallah. So they fight for God and they live their own fight for God. I haven't seen anything like that in my life. They said to protest is haram. Ladies and gentlemen, stealing is not haram. Boko Haram is not haram. Kidnapping is not haram. So something is definitely wrong. So we have those you are giving the money to, and we have a message to tell you, okay? You can spend all your money. It's not new. As you are doing that, we will ensure that we promote and we continue to promote that Yoruba tradition and culture, everything that has to do with it. Now, like never before. We are happy that we have a Gen Z. The Gen Z, that no longer believe that the reason why they are poor is because they are sinners. They don't believe in that bullshit anymore. They no longer believe in that your nonsense. That maybe because they are not praying enough. That is why Nigeria is what Nigeria is. All of this, your religious fear, they are no longer working on them. What you are yet to witness is that the day you, the mob, the murderers, the jihadists, the Mohammedans who want to kill people to prove your loyalty to Muhammad, one day you will rise in that Nigeria and you will actually get what you deserve. Maybe it's going to be from Yoruba land, and Yoruba should be on alert, right? The worst thing they can do in Yoruba land is for Yoruba to kill Yoruba because of Arabian religion or because of Abrahamic religion. That is the worst that can ever happen to Yoruba land. I mean, to Yoruba people in Yoruba land. And that will never happen. Once they start their madness, you should always remind them, if you want to fight for your Muhammad and you are willing to kill somebody for that your Muhammad, or you want to fight for that your God, or for that your Jesus or anything at all, listen to me. If you want to kill for your Muhammad, you should go to Saudi Arabia where they born Muhammad. You will not kill Yorubas to prove a point of your religion. And you know what that means, It simply means that if Saudi Arabia is far, then relocate to northern Nigeria, where your idea and ideology, your toxicity, is very much tolerated. It won't last. It won't. Because what is all this violence per se? What is all this telling people that they should respect their religion? Share madini. So if I disrespect you or do something that you feel like is disrespecting your religion, so the next thing is violence. Somebody said that online lower only sorrow. I'm actually telling you the same thing. Nigeria lower. Enjoy it while it lasts. It doesn't take much. We're now in the era of social media. Okay? It doesn't take much for people to actually rise up when they are compelled to. And listen, you have stones, you have matches, you have petrol, you have people that are armless and then sort of vulnerable. You rush them into secluded area and you mob them. Is that not the mode of operation? Then people will be ready for you too. Now, when you are willing to go and stone people, and they're actually ready for you, then you begin to get served in the same plate. You see all this nonsense of threats. Because of your religion. Like Shemadini. Muhammad died there over 2,000 years ago. So you want to kill somebody in Yoruba land, for example, because of Muhammad. Shomadini. You want to prove something to who? To Muhammad? Omar de Saudi. If that happened in Yoruba land, if your own Islam push you to that stage, we will encourage people. You don't understand. So that's the point, that the madness that they are importing down southern Nigeria. Let me tell you something. The other day, there was this guy who said something. Moses Fadipe, don't tell me to move on. I'm actually presenting my program, okay? Don't tell me to move on. You don't know what I want to say. There is this guy, in this way, they are like trying to do all this religious baiting, plant them here and there. They will make them look like they don't exist. It's nothing. But the end result is that you're going to see some misguided idiots that will actually repeat the same thing in Yoruba land. And guess what? A lot of people will be like, no, it's not going to happen. You better start sending them the warning. If your children is going to Ilekeu and they are telling him that he has to fight for Muhammad, he has to fight for any Allah in Yoruba land, you better warn your children. You should just consider that, Lomo. Because we have seen them already. There is this guy. This guy is not born poor. Sure you get. If you go to this part of Enugu, there's this part of Enugu where you have those who are Muslims. They have been there for a while. Sure you get. And in fact, they consider themselves as Muslim or Igbo Muslims. They exist. But you know something? Despite the fact that they have existed for a very long time, anger people, something. Please tell me the name of those the people. I can't remember the name. I read it somewhere and I've been following them since. But I can't remember the name. They have been there for decades. Not that they started yesterday or 8 years ago. They are actually Igbos who practices Islam. They do Ileya, they do Ramadan, they do all those things. But you see those who are sort of outspoken among them, those known as like Afars. Sure you get like, they are cleric and all that. You are Muslims in a supposedly Christian-dominated region, Eastern Nigeria. You've never been attacked. You've never been threatened. Nobody has ever done anything to you. But the moment Boko Haram came to power, those who are leading them there, they started presenting themselves as victims. That they are now targets. IPOB is targeting us. The Igbos, they don't like us. Our fellow Igbos, they hate us because we are Muslims. They want to kill us because we are Muslims. This last 8 years of Boko Haram divisive government, that was when I came across them. So one of them is famous on Twitter. Sure you get. It's like somebody saying Abdul Shuku, Abdul Shinyeri, or Ifeanyi Karim, or make us see other name like that. No, they didn't do that. They just called themselves Abbas, Abdul Kadri, Shukuka, instead of Abdul Shuku. This guy is popular on Twitter, right? And there is no time he actually posts anything other than to complain that they are endangered. And he was actually seeking the attention of the Islamic jihadist north, their elites. Maybe they will see him. This guy was not born poor. He came from a very nice, wealthy Igbo family. Oh. Sure you get, and he's a Muslim. Oh. He did something. He translated Al-Quran to Igbo. Nobody threatened him. Oh. Sure you get. But guess what? He has been presented himself as, as a victim, apostle, because of what? God knows who he is targeting and which kind of money he is targeting. Now, one day, he said, he remembers something, a story that he wants to share. And that story goes to us that he needed that his laptop, when he was in school, his laptop broke. And he needed a new laptop. And he had no money. So he decided to approach the senator representing his senatorial district. So he traveled to Abuja from Enugu. He traveled to Abuja to go and see the senator that he needed a laptop. And he said, in that statement, he said, the senator rejected to help him because he is a Muslim. Are you listening? He said that senator from Enugu rejected his plea to buy a new laptop. And it is because he is a Muslim. What? What are you talking about? You can afford a laptop. People who actually knows him very well. They are like, you mad? How could you come and post this on Twitter? What do you want to achieve? If you ask a senator for a laptop and she didn't give you, what does that have to do with you are a Muslim or you are not a Muslim? What's this? I was just reading all the comments. I was like, God damn it, man. I can tell. Make yourself look like you are a target. Okay? And then when you gain sympathy, begin to set boundaries. Because it will become what they are doing is offending me. What you just said right now offends me. You know that. Say what? She will really offend you. You know I'm a Muslim. What you just said right now, is something that normally can cause problem. Let the problem start. Call your people. Oh yeah, call your other Muslims. Say, I have insulted your Muhammad. Man, call my people. That's how we are in Yoruba land. Nobody's going to run from you. So kilo ma shele nsin. Wetin go happen now? You go get matches and what? You go kill me. Aye onida. Is that not what will be? So the bottom line is that we know those who are trying to plant this in the people. And the purpose has nothing to do with religion. That religion they are talking about. That's what I want you to know. If your religion does not empathy, if your religion doesn't have sympathy, if your religion doesn't let you have humanity, or if your humanity, your empathy, your your sympathy or what have you, is determined by those who you think have any religion similarity with you, you cannot threaten us. You and your kind of Muhammad. Oh, they threaten anybody. Show mad in it. Same thing I told those ones that would tell me, Maiyegun, I love your program so much. But our war is not carnal. War, you know what I'm trying to say, Maiyegun, in Leviticus versus Kilo came at Leviticus. Odo Bolu Motiwa, I'm an Ijebuman. Kilo came at Ara Lefi. What's it concern with Ara Lefi? Why are you quoting Lefi for me? Kilo came at Leviticus. When I was telling them here, they'll come to me and say, man, this Maiyegun is playing with fire. Ntori pe mi o accept Leviticus. Abi mi o accept Deuteronomy. At what? The other things you believe in. So then, something must happen to me. I tackled them on this part. I told them, I said, if your God is the God that actually kill or destroy people you don't like, then you don't have any religion. Stop associating it with any religion. You are just a lunatic, okay, that can read Quran, or a lunatic that can read the Bible. And in my word, lunatics, they don't dictate anything. In my word. Because somebody can read Quran, Arabic, and start speaking Larubawa, language of Saudi Arabians. I am speaking English right now. It is the language of the English people. If you are speaking German, are you with me? Now, Germany, you understand German language. So, because you can read Quran, suddenly, because you can read Bible, and you can quote them, and you can begin to chant them, So that your God is a useless God. I call it the sky daddy. They used to come to my program. They come here all the time. Maiyegun, watch your mouth. Oh. Maiyegun, I don't want you to say anything about pastor. I say, about you what pastor if you're running. Shall you what pastor if you're blue? If you're mad in it. I bet him mad already. Shall you get? After that, they just left me. They just left me. They're like, you. Some of them are waiting for their sky daddy to punish me because of what I said about their pastors. Or up to this moment, instead of their sky daddy, they are still waiting. No, they will say, don't worry, you will see. You will see that God. You don't insult prophet of God, Maiyegun. Just ask for forgiveness. I say, ordenier. The purpose of religion in Nigeria is not to lead you to any salvation. It's to lead you into frustration and poverty. Honestly speaking, those who are smart, they are not. Their life is not dictated by their faith. Those who are smart. For those of you who are clinging your life around this faith and that, you will say the truth when the time is right. So I told them, I said, "Are you what pastor ever running? You know." So they are still waiting for their sky daddy to do something to me. And I said, if you, that is supposed to be a good person, after all they have fed you in your religion, is to look at me because you said, what Maiyegun said, I don't like what Maiyegun said. And I feel sorry for him. I just pray that God will not come and destroy him. Your God will destroy me because I have said something you don't like. Which kind of God is that? Have you ever asked yourselves? The one that they ask you to, they will buy warehouse factories and they will turn them to a prayer center. So when people become jobless, they go straight to the prayer center to go and pray for jobs. And they said, you don't say anything like that in the Bible. They said, do not say, nonsense, what is sky daddy? Because where I live, I don't say the God is in the sky. Yeah, where I live, we don't believe that God is in the sky. We believe that God is omnipresent. And what is omnipresent? You. And if you want to know whether God exists or not, now for your heart, if that your heart in heart is filled with all the evil you can think of as a cover-up, Baba, you are a devil.
This is OĽUA TV Watch. Don't forget to subscribe, comment your opinion, like, comment and share so that other people can get access to what you enjoy on our channel. Thank you. We love you.